Mom Training Podcast with Diana Bagley.
Hey, it's Diana. I was scared to become a mom. I was self-employed, traveled around the world, and I was afraid I'd lose myself, my ambition, be restricted, and be a hot mess. I started interviewing hundreds of moms to figure out what skill sets and mindsets I needed to keep my future family a priority and have the time, energy, and resources to achieve my own goals and hobbies. Each week we discuss how to run a successful household and enjoy your roles as mom, spouse, housewife, and individual. Come learn how to create the life you want while having a family. I'm glad you're here. Okay, ladies, can I get a raise of hands? I know you're in the kitchen, you're in your bathroom, you're doing whatever. Can I get a raise of hands? Whose marriage could use a pick-me-up? Just even a little one. Even good marriages. I don't think anyone's going to turn down a marriage pick-me-up. Something to make your marriage better, more enjoyable, more romantic and sensual. Yep. I don't think you're going to turn that down. Sometimes we need that lift me up, just like a good push-up bra. I'm still right now in my nursing season with this third kid, and man, once those nice bras come back in, I'm like, look at those things. That's right. So God made me with those nice boulders. Yeah, those nice boobies. I'm just going to say it. So, who could use a pick-me-up in their marriage? Is your marriage like hot? Girl, you don't even know. Me and my husband, we are connected. We are just so close. And man, that lovemaking can just rock my socks. Okay, are you there? Awesome. Why don't you share some of your info over here? Let's make sure all of us are learning some of these things. Right? Or what if your marriage is struggling a little bit? What if you're like, man, dude, when we're like roommates, we haven't communicated very well. We haven't made love in like a month. I just don't really feel that connected with him. Okay, you are in luck. You are so in luck right now. I want to introduce you to something that is going to change your life. And it's only for a month. Experiment to try something out. I recently just did a program called the Epic Wife's Experiment. This is put on by a guy named Nate and a girl named Laura. They're not married. They're totally separate, which is awesome because you get to hear different stories about her and her husband and about him and his wife. So Laura and Nate are on a mission to help marriages and change mediocre love into something great. Okay, so this experiment is so freaking cool. So each week, you have a weekly call in the beginning where they talk about a specific topic that is so rocking for your marriage. And then they give you 3 experiments a week. You can either tell your husband you're doing the Epic Wife's Experiment, or like me, I didn't tell him. And I did all these experiments, and dang, dude, they work, man. And he's like, wow, thank you, honey. Wow, thank you for bringing that up, and thank you for appreciating me in that way. And Nate and Laura have done interviews and therapy and workshops with hundreds, thousands of men and women to help bring their relationships together. And so as I rounded the last week of the experiment, I pulled my husband aside, and the last week was desire. So it was like, hey, I just had a question for you. Have you noticed anything, and I'm being very rubbing his arm and being really cute. And have you noticed anything different in me the last month? I think about that right now. If you had a fly on the wall, I don't know, that just looked so funny. I was totally into it in the moment, but me explaining that to you right now, I'm like, that looks so funny. Anyway, he liked it. He did. I guess that's all that matters, right? So here I am, just, hi, have you noticed anything different the last month? And he's like, yeah, actually, like, you've been like way happier and way more respectful. And I felt so much more appreciated. Why do you ask? And I'm like, well, I've been I've been doing this epic wife's experiment, and they've been giving me these experiments 3 times a week, and we've been talking about this stuff about changing, our relationship, and yeah, and so I'm glad you noticed. And anyway, so that was his side. From my side, man, I was like on fire. Like they had like a flirting professional like talk to us, and so like how to, be more sensual. Like, it's not even all about sex, guys. It's like being sensual, like, hello, like me telling you right now of how I was like, hi, like rubbing his arm and like doing all these things, like, this professional taught me like you had to do this, and maybe I did that before, but like I got into it, like, and he liked it, and I was like, man, I need to do this more. So I have been. It's been really fun. But you guys, if you are like, my marriage could be more connective. My marriage could use a lot more like, hey, how's it going? My marriage could use more appreciation, more love, and I want to feel close to my husband. Then you have to go check this out. Like, I'm not getting paid to tell you this right now. Like, I'm telling you right now, it's $39 for a month of changing your relationship drastically. Dude, just don't even think about it, man. That's like a shirt. That's like a new skirt. That's like a new something. Go change your marriage. Don't even put aside any type of like, oh, but I don't know, maybe will I have time for it? Dude, shut the front door, right? Okay. We were remodeling a house and moving, and I had all 3 kids. I was like a single mom the entire month of January because my husband was working on putting in new flooring, putting in stairs, putting in a railing, like, fixing millions of holes in the walls and doing like all these things. And I was home from 8 in the morning till 11 o'clock at night by myself with 3 kids, having to pack the house, doing all the logistics for the house. I was still able to do it. Like, it's not like this humongous time commitment. These experiments are short. They like work like nobody's business. You can talk to them while they're driving in their car if it's something you have to communicate about. Dude, don't even put this off. For Valentine's Day this year, that's coming up. It's coming up. Don't spend your money on a piece of crap that's going to like sit there like I don't know. Do people even get stuffed animals for guys? We never do. I write him a card and I get him a treat. Like something that he can take with his lunches. Like we are not like big gift people. Like if he gets me anything and like writes me a card, I'm like, sweet, man, we're good. Just write me a card. Just give me big hugs, love on me or something. I don't know, like, make Valentine's Day evening all about me, whatever you want to do, okay? But spend your money on something that's going to change your relationship. Maybe, your husband's love language is gifts, so maybe you're going to need to get him gifts, whatever. But the biggest gift that you can give him is doing things differently or changing yourself. And this Epic Wife's experiment gives you an opportunity in a fun group too. There's a bunch of women that are like, yo, I tried this. Does this work? Hey, does anyone have any suggestions in this Facebook group? Like, and we have Nate and Laura like chiming in with like, hey, well, maybe you should change this up a little bit. Or hey, here's this idea. And there's, question and answer things that are amazing of people. You can answer, put in questions of like, me and my husband are struggling with this. Like, hey, do you have any recommendations for this? Like, I mean, you guys, for 39 freaking bucks to have your relationship better in a month period, it may not change everything, but what if it does? What if you continue these experiments? What if you even choose to do the experiment again? Shoot, I might do it like another month down the road. I'm like, you know what? That was awesome. I need some good pick-me-ups and reminders of how I can be a better wife, a better spouse, a better teammate to my husband. This is the group for you. Just go to your Google bar, Epic Wife's Experiment. Nate and Laura are the ones that do it. They are hilarious. You will laugh. You might cry. I don't know. But if you're wanting to look for something to change your relationship this Valentine's Day and strengthen the bond that you have with your husband, no matter where your relationship is right now, go check it out. I hope you have an awesome Valentine's Day coming up, and not only send love to your husband, but yourself and your kids too. Write a little note. Blow up like a couple pink balloons. Your kids will love it. That's all I'm doing. I've got these little tiny, I got one little piece of candy for each kid that's specific. And I'm writing little notes and then blowing up some pink balloons. And, this is the first year I've done balloons. But all I know is the kids will love the balloons, and I'm going to frickin' pop them like 2 days later. I dislike balloons in my house. They creep up on me and they touch my leg. I'm like, ah! Gosh, it's a stupid balloon, and they're like, you try to open the door, and it's like behind the door. You're like, why won't this open all the way? There's a balloon being squished behind it. Balloons are one of my least favorite toys. Anyway, have a happy Valentine's Day. You are awesome. I'm sending love your way. Hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next Tuesday. See ya.
Hit subscribe so you don't miss anything.
You can hit me up on social media at Diana Ballard Live or on my website at dianaballard.com.
See you next week.